Welcome. Today we are initiating our visit to Vedic mathematics, science, and technology scriptures. Pure and applied values of Vedic mathematics and Vedic systems make Vedic mathematics, science, and technology. The scriptures of Vedic mathematics, science, and technology are large in number to make choice as to from where one shall begin in itself is going to be a very difficult assignment. However, as we human beings are intimately near to our own body, and also as the existence phenomenon is more intimately near our sun, as such, our choice for initiating visit to Vedic mathematics, science, and technology scriptures may begin properly, appropriately with Surya Upanishad. Surya Upanishad is the Upanishad of Atharva Ved. Atharva Angiras is the specific location. Surya Upanishad is Surya Atharva Angiras scripture. This Upanishad, which we are taking up for our visit to have proper insight, to have appropriate imbibing of the values of Vedic mathematics, science, and technology, is Surya Upanishad. It is of Atharva Ved domain, and specifically it is of Atharva Angiras stream. Surya Atharva Angiras scripture is the proper full expression of the designation of this scripture. Surya Upanishad, namely Surya Atharva Angiras Upanishad, is being taken up by us. We want to have proper insight about the values of the scripture. Therefore, at the outset, at its initiation phase, we shall be through the organization, format, features, this text. The text of Surya Upanishad is in a prose form. Being in a prose form, as such, it be taken that it is organized as paragraphs. Paragraphs themselves organized as sentences. Therefore, while we will be through this text, then we shall be appreciating that it is of the range of 8 paragraphs, and total sentences are 74. The value 8 we know is the TCV value of the formulation ek 1. Value 8 is also the TC value of formulation 3. Therefore, to have proper appreciation of the organization format feature of this text, we have to ever remain conscious as that value 1 formulation 1, value 3 formulation 3, both are having same transcendental code value. We know that one space plays the role of dimension of a 3 space. Therefore, here the flow or along the dimensional order as well as to be within the domain is going to be same value units. It is this feature which deserves to be marked at the outset. Domain means full, mundane state, dimension being the suksham, the subtle state. It is going to be the phenomenon of a sun, the phenomenon of our solar universe, the phenomenon of our own body, the existence within human body, the existence of our solar universe is going to be of parallel features at mundane as well as at subtle. One shall also remain conscious as that the formulation Akash, the fifth element, space, as formulation Akash leads us to TC value 8 and formulation Apa, water, second element, as formulation Apa as well leads us to TC value 8. So see, existence phenomenon within human body, the existence phenomenon of our solar universe, space, Akash Tat, the fifth element, Apa, the water, the second element, formulation Ek, value 1, formulation 3, value 3, as such are so intimately compactified that to have their distinctive existence within sight is going to be a point of caution for us while we will be through this text, and also while we will be being face to face with the mathematical steps and technological values being worked out here in this scripture. The setup of 8 paragraphs broadly be taken that as far as para 1 is concerned, it is a setup of 9 sentences. Therefore, value 1 as paragraph 1 and its organization as 9 sentences as value 9 are going to play their role here in this organization. In one sequence as paragraphs, we are beginning with the value 1. And as far as the organization format of first paragraph is concerned, it being a scripture of 9 sentences, so initiation of this second fold, second flow line begins with value 9. So the first progression has a beginning with value 1. The second progression is having value 9. See, the soul syllable O is having its first component Bindu, Bindu Sarovar, point reservoir, and the Bindu Sarovar, the first component, being first, accepts association of value 1, and further it being a Sarovar, it being a reservoir, so it becomes the ultimate reservoir, Brahman, so gets accepted with value 9. Let us be cautious. We are visiting the organization format features of the text of Surya Upanishad. It is of Atharvaved domain. It is of Atharva Angiras stream. Now it is here where we will be having first progression as initiation of para 1, so value 1. Para 1 is a composition of 9 sentences. So the inflow here is of value 9. So it be taken that when we are having flow along the soul syllable Om, Om iti ek akshar Brahm. So we are having ek 1, we are having Brahm, now Brahm 9. Iti is the conclusive state, and formulation iti is of TC value 8. So this 8 paragraphs composition as text of Surya Upanishad is of initiation for unfolding of the values of this scripture when is taken along the format of soul syllable Om, then we have to be parallel with the pair of inflow progression streams, firstly with value 9 and secondly with value 1. So value 1 and value 9 are the two initiation points for the values of flow of this organization. Para 2 is Gayatri Mantra itself. The Gayatri Mantra is of 4 quarters. The organization here as para 2 is of 3 sentences. The first quarter of Gayatri Mantra, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, makes the first sentence here. The second and third quarters, Tat Svitar Varenyam Bhargo Devas Dhimahi, together make one composite sentence here. And the fourth quarter, Dhiyo Yona Parchodayat, makes the third sentence. So these quadruple quarters of Gayatri Mantra are being formatted afresh as first quarter, then second and third quarters combined, followed by the fourth quarter. So it is as if of values 1, 2, and 1. Let us have a pause here. The second Ganita Sutra, Nikhlim Navastacharmam Dashata, is of the format of Nikhlim as the first word formulation, Navastacharmam, a pair of word formulations as unified as middle word, and the Dashata as the third word. We know that Nikhlim is a composition of 7 letters. Navasta Charmam is a composition of 14 letters, and Dashata is a composition of 7 letters. So it is 7, 14, and 7. It is 1 into 7, 2 into 7, and 1 into 7. It is 1, 2, and 1. Therefore, while we will be having initiation for being parallel with the organization format features of Surya Upanishad, then we have to appreciate as that the Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras is being availed. Let us have a pause. The first Ganita Sutra, namely Eka Adhikain Purvain, is a text which avails 16 letters, and these 16 letters, the text of Ganita Sutra 1, lead us to transcendental value 74. 40 as TC value of Ekadikain, and 34 as TC value of the formulation Purvain. It is here where we shall be cautious as that the letter Ref in the composition of formulation Purvain is having placement which makes its value to be 2. This feature, that Ganita Sutra 1 is leading to TC value 74, will go parallel with the total 74 sentences, the entire text of 8 paragraphs. Therefore, Ganita Sutra 1 as such plays its role that the complete unfolding of the entire text is to be of 74 sentences, and the value 74 is parallel with the TC value of the text of Ganita Sutra 1. The second Ganita Sutra, Nikhlim Navastacharmam Dashata, as a composition of 3 words, Nikhlim, Navastacharmam, and Dashata, of letters 7, 14, and 7, being 7 into 1, 7 into 2, 7 into 1, being 1, 2, and 1. And it is this format which settles second paragraph of the text of Surya Upanishad as Gayatri Mantra, organized as triple sentences. First sentence is parallel with the text of first quarter. The second sentence is parallel with the composite setup of second and third quarters, and third sentence is parallel with the fourth quarter of the text of Gayatri Mantra. One shall further have a pause here and take note that the Vedic mathematics, Vedic system, and Vedic mathematics, science, and technology has its unfolding, and this unfolding is going to be through soul syllable Om followed by a Gayatri mantra. So soul syllable Om and Gayatri mantra are the basic unfolding phenomenon of the Vedic systems, and the same is at work with the organization of the text of Surya Upanishad. The third paragraph of the text of Surya Upanishad as well is a text of 3 sentences. One can have a pause here. The first paragraph is a composition of 9 sentences. The second and third paragraphs are compositions of 3 sentences each. Value 9 is of organization 3 cross 3, and a 3-dimensional frame splits into a pair of 3-dimensional frames of half dimensions. See, when Jyoti flows through the artifices of soul syllable Om as a Divya Ganga, then the flow from the Bindu Sarovar is of 7 streams, which makes a split of 3 streams flowing towards east and 3 streams flowing towards the west. It is this Divya Ganga Parvaha, this Jyoti flow from the orb of the sun, which is sequentially leading us to the organization format features of the text. The paragraph 1 as of 9 sentences, paragraphs 2 and 3 of 3 sentences each, as if there is a Jyoti flow from soul syllable Om's Bindu Sarovar, the first component, as 7 streams, and the same makes a split of 3 streams towards east and 3 streams towards the west. It is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well. Now, a step ahead, there is a reach at paragraph 4. Now, the paragraph 4 is a composition of 10 sentences. See, we are chasing the flow, the Jyoti flow, along the artifices of soul syllable Om, which is the format of 4 quarters of values 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, the reach of this flow up till 4th quarter in a way is a complete reach of value 10 from the point of expression of 7 streams flow from souls from the Bindu Sarovar, with split of 3 streams flow towards east, 3 streams flow towards the west, and the central stream proceeding ahead through the middle. It is this single stream as value 1 having a flow from Bindu Sarovar, value 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, and digits 1 and 0 making 1 are all the features which are simultaneously coming into play. One can further have a pass here and take note that the split of a three-dimensional frame into a pair of three-dimensional frames of half dimensions makes a setup of the split of a release of creative origin of a three-dimensional frame. It is this release of the creative origin of a three-dimensional frame which will result into the reach for the creative origin as creative boundary of the transcendental domain. The domain boundary ratio of transcendental domain 5 spaces A raised to power 5 is to 10 B raised to power 4. Let us sit comfortably. Let us permit the transcending mind to be parallel with this organization format emerging. The format as it is emerging will take us at 5th paragraph as a setup of 16 sentences. Let us have a pause. Value 16 is having an organization as 5 plus 6 plus 5. This is the format parallel with the release of self-referral origin, 6 space as origin of 5 space domain. C, the release of a creative origin of 3 space had taken to the creative boundary of a 5 space, and 5 space as a domain with the release of its self-referral origin is taking us to value 16. Let us further have a pause here. See, if we are having values range 1 to 4, and if we reach at the factors, we see the factors of values range 1, 2, 3, 4 is 5. And a step ahead, the values range 1 to 5 leads us to factor 6. It is here where we have to be in a blissful state that this organization of the text of Surya Upanishad is sequentially going parallel with the Vedic system of a Jyoti flow from orb of the sun along the artifices of soul syllable Om. The same is also going parallel with the Divya Ganga Parvaha, and further it is also going parallel with the split of the values ranges into factors ranges. Still further, it is going to be a more blissful state that within the heart of Lord Shiva is the seat of Lord Vishnu, and within the heart of the seat of Lord Vishnu is the presence of Lord Shiva. It is Skanda Puran, it is Skanda Upanishad. It is this enlightenment in terms of which we can proceed ahead and see that 6th paragraph of the text of Surya Upanishad is a composition of 5 sentences of pair of halves. It is here where we have to be in a very, very blissful state, as that this is going to be a phase and stage where the text of Surya Upanishad takes off, and its reach at paragraph 7 is of 5 sentences, and this settles this Surya mantra. It is Om iti ekakshar Brahm. It is Ghrini iti dvayakshare, Surya iti dvayaksharam, Aditya iti triyaksharani, Itasye Surye ast aksharo manu. This is the blissful reach. It is the end fruit value of this Upanishad. This end fruit value is going to be chased by us. It is here where from we will be having further takeoff. Om Ghrini Surya Aditya. This 4 words mantra is a full treatise of entire technological domain of Surya reach by the Vedic system. When we reach paragraph 8, which is a composition of as many as 15 sentences, and value 15 is parallel with the dimensional frame value of transcendental domain. 5 space is a solid order domain. The dimensional frame of 5 space is a composition of as many as 5 solid dimensions. It leads to the value 15. Therefore, when we will be through these 15 sentences composition of paragraph 8, then we will be face to face with as to how all those sadhakas who faithfully recite Surya mantra, Om Ghrini Surya Aditya, he is blessed with all worldly and eternal blessings. Therefore, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of virtue to have a glimpse and to have proper insight and to have proper initiation in the Vedic mathematics, science and technology domain shall initiate oneself to progress sequential unfolding case of the text of Surya Upanishad, and it is in terms of this we will be in a blissful state, the state as is reserved as a peace prayer, that let our ears, let our eyes, and let the blessings flow be all which are blessings for our existence phenomenon. This introductory features are being tabulated here as text organization features, which in column 1 enlists the serials of paras, column 2 tabulates the sentences of paragraphs, and the column 3 makes the total reach of the paragraphs. The value 74 of this organization and value 74 of the TC values of Ganita Sutra 1 go parallel. Value 74 is 37 plus 37, and value 37 is the TC value of Shri Bhagwan. Lord Krishna participates in the divine dialogue of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as a Shri Bhagwan. So it is this pairing which is the basic organization feature of the text. To have full chase of the TCV values approach, and for other chase steps, we have to avail conceptual values of Vedic composed knowledge systems, which are of Devanagari alphabet, Vedic mathematics sutras, Triloki and Trimurti, manifestation creations, and conceptual values of transition and transformation, and then universal parallel between the existence phenomenon within human body and within the sun. We had to begin Devanagari alphabet. This alphabet is a letters alphabet, and its next inner fold is numbers alphabet, then is a geometric alphabet, then it is Sthapatya, miring rod, and ultimately there is a flow, transcendental flow, Divya Pravaha. Sequentially, we shall be through these features to have full glimpse and to have complete imbibing values of Vedic mathematics, science and technology preserved here as Surya Upanishad. Thank you very much.